as my talent and hobby, I'm also an artist. I've been drawing since I was old enough to hold a crayon. I went to art college for a year, and it's really benefited me with the cakes because cake is just a new medium. I feel like what I do is cake art. Check out some of my work. My name is Jessica Collier. I am 27 years old. I am what I call an American mutt because I am American and my family comes from everywhere else. I currently work as a medical receptionist and I make cakes on the side for family and friends.
How would you describe your personality?
I'd say I'm pretty laid back, really easy to get along with. I kind of hold things in for a while until I get to my breaking point, and then once there is a breaking point, it's bad.
How would your friends and toughest critics describe you?
Well, they would say that I have a hard time saying no to people. They would say that I am a procrastinator, and sometimes a bit of a perfectionist.
What is your best and worst quality? Same difference.
I say my best quality is that I'm a hard worker and I work well under pressure. And my worst quality is definitely that I'm a procrastinator. I procrastinate everything. I procrastinate with cakes, I procrastinate going to bed, I procrastinate everything.
What type of people push your buttons?
I would say fake people. I just want people to be real with me. There's a girl that I encountered online who claimed to be her third cake ever. It was a perfect cake, and she did it to make people feel bad, and I don't think people should be like that. Just be real, and people will like that.
Tell us about your background and upbringing.
I grew up like everybody else. I have a big family. We're very family oriented. We do everything. Every weekend seems to be someone else's birthday party. It was like that when I was a kid, and it's like that now.
How do you feel you react to criticism?
I think I take criticism pretty well. If it's given tactfully, I'll respond tactfully. If it's given rashfully, I'll probably respond rashfully.
If you watched any episode of The Next Great Baker, which cast member do you most relate to and why?
Last year's season, Nadine, I feel like I relate to her the best. I thought she was very talented. She sort of kept to herself, did her own thing, and she always got the job done.
Okay. Do you feel your skills are better than the previous contestants on seasons 1 and 2? And if so, how?
I would say everyone has their own skill set. People are better in one thing than they are in another. I'd say a lot of my skills are better than some of the other contestants, and I'd say some of their skills are a little bit better than mine.
Like what type of skills?
I'm excellent with 3D cakes, carving, modeling chocolate. That's sort of my forte. I'm not very good with sugar work. I haven't had much experience with it, but I look forward to trying it.
Tell us about your food industry experience.
I actually have no food experience. I make cakes now only because I like to decorate cakes. I did wilting classes about 3.5 years ago, and that's sort of it.
Do you have cake decorating, baking, or pastry experience?
I have no pastry experience, and the baking I do is primarily just for the cakes, but I have a lot of cake decorating experience.
How long have you been baking or decorating cakes?
I took my first Wilton class, like I said, about 3.5 years ago. I really got into cake decorating maybe about 3 years ago.
Describe your construction and technical abilities. What's the hardest cake you ever designed and made?
The hardest cake I ever designed and made was definitely the 3D elephant cake. It was about 3.5 feet tall total. I got the idea for the structure from watching Cake Boss, actually, because they show a lot of what they do. I think my first trip to Home Depot by myself was for that cake. It was a flange, a pipe, a flange, a curve, another pipe, and then a plate on top. It was pretty extreme for me, but that's most of what I've done so far.
Is there a specific genre or food dessert you'd like to bake or cook?
Right now, like I said, I make cakes primarily because I love to decorate. I also like to make things miniature, cupcakes. I make little mini pies. Anything that you can make bite-sized, I like to do.
What type of baking do you hate?
I haven't been baking long enough to really hate anything per se. So.
How elaborate and creative are your designs when baking?
My designs, I feel, are very elaborate. A lot of the times I go way overboard than what I should go just because I can't even control myself. The bigger, the crazier, the better for me.
Tell us any interesting details about yourself or anything that makes you stand out.
Cut. I don't know.
And on number 4, how elaborate and creative are your designs when baking?
I try to be as elaborate and creative as possible. Like I said, this is like art for me. So everything starts out as a sketch, multiple angles, just so I know exactly what I'm doing. I always try to go big, and I always go above and beyond what I probably should do. Take a look at some of the sketches that I have of some of the cakes that I've created already.
Tell us any interesting